Welcome.
Come in, fill in all the seats. There's some in the back still, there's some in the front, don't be shy. How is everyone this 2025? Didn't 2024 go by quickly?
Hello. Welcome to the call. I'm here if you can find me.
We are having a few technical difficulties, our first call of the year. So Marcel is here, Wendy is here, Marius is here, and I'm in the middle. So welcome everyone. So bear with us, we will get there in time. But welcome everyone to the first happy hour hangout of 2025.
Yeah, welcome.
Amazing. Yeah, I know. It's last year went by in the blink of an eye already, and it's already the 15th of January. So it's incredible how fast this year is going already. But thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. There's quite a few people here from everywhere, actually. Even people have gotten up early, like you, Wendy, and people are up late. I see, and then we have our regulars, we have some new people, so welcome if you haven't been here before. We're normally more prepared for this than this, but thank you for joining us anyway. We have a bit of fun. We have a new studio for 2025, so the new studio, it's nice and blue. And as you can see,
nice.
there are quite a few things in the studio about what we're talking about today. So if anyone can guess what we're talking about, you can put it in the Q&A section. So the Q&A section, if you have not joined us before, is down below in your Zoom. So you can actually type and we will answer the questions as best as we can. So I see people typing already. So thank you, Donna CN. It is a new background for this year. And Danny, you are correct. So this background, today is all about the inauguration that's going to happen in a few days, and hopefully what's going to happen in the US. So Marius is actually going to be talking a little bit about that. And we're also bringing back our regularly scheduled Marcel. So he's going to be speaking a little bit about what's happened in the den over the holiday break and the first 2 weeks in January. And also we are going to have a little bit of a competition in our social media. So if you haven't joined Hodlnots social media yet, now is the time to join, because we're going to be starting a competition tomorrow, which is Thursday, and you can win a Hodl Fire for 30 days. So watch out for that. So go to the Hodlnots Twitter and join that if you haven't joined that already. And then we have changed our format. So we're actually going to hold these calls once a month instead of twice a month now. So the schedule will be in the events on Bitcoin Trending Forecast. So we're only going to do them once a month. But what we'll do, I think, first is, Marcel, let's kick off the den at the moment if you're ready to do that. And then we can see, because even though the market is, Marius can tell us what the market's doing, but even though it's going sideways, up, down, we're always scalping. So Marcel can show us what's been happening in the last 2 weeks, and maybe.
Hi everybody! Hello.
And John
someone is crashing the call.
Hold on, let me.
That's funny.
You
Hello.
Hey John, welcome. I think you can take my seat and I'll take the shelf, because
you're gonna be the elf on the show. Let's put you right there, and I'll put John. I'm gonna move myself over.
Help me.
And
sure. It was a quick slide. Nice work.
And here we go, Marcel. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. There's John. And
hey,
all
John.
right. So Marcel, if you would like to kick it off, we can kick it off in style.
I'll hang up there with Trump. Okay, cool. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to 2025 and the Happy Hour Hangout. It's great to be back. A lot of us took some breaks over the holidays. Some of us didn't. The den wasn't as busy as normal, but there was still some great trading going on. So over the holidays, this wasn't like the normal weekly update. It was just like a holiday update. So it's roughly about 3 weeks. Some of the trades that I took out from the 16th of December up until the 6th of Jan, I think. So here you can see we still have good trades, even though, like Vicky mentioned, the market did go a little bit sideways. Here was a 4%, 7%, 5.7%. There was a bigger one. I believe this was a lower liquidity coin, so the actual amount of the trade wasn't that big, but 40% is a great trade. Then there was a 9%, 5%, another 10%. Yeah, was three little trades or little money, three trades, 22.4%, which is great. Remember, all of these trades, unless other mentioned otherwise, is in and out in minutes, like less than 5 minutes normally. So even though some of the percentages might look low, like for instance this 4%, it's literally in a couple of minutes, and you can replicate that and do it over and over again. Then using it, this one I think was included in the previous update, but I included it by mistake. This was actually in this period. It was on the 16th. So that was also a great trade there. And yeah, so I think for the way the market's been going over the holidays, we still had some great results in the den. And then looking at this last week, ended the week ending 13th of Jan. We again had some good trades. Here was a 5%, a 4%. There were some bigger ones, 7%, 3%, 2.6. Some of them shorts, some of them longs, but all of them scalps within minutes. So we're hoping for the market to turn up a bit. I'm hoping Marius will give us some good news. But in the meanwhile, we can still do these sort of trades and then replicate them, and eventually they'll add up to some good profit. And that's it from the den. Over to you,
Oh,
John.
that's great. Thanks, man. Yeah, sorry, just trying to load this gallery quickly. But yeah, it's a lot of people were taking time off from the holiday. I've got to put everybody back now again. Jeez, this is crazy. All right, what happened while I was gone? All right, take me a second. Putting Wendy back on her shelf, and then we're gonna move everybody back. Marius, in that hot seat over there. Let's bring you over there. All right. Oops.
It's a good start to the year.
Yeah,
Things will be
It's fun
different
when it goes like this.
in a good way, in a fun, good way.
Well, yeah, Wendy, what was happening over the holiday period time?
Oh, everything's happening. We've just already into the new year. It's hard to believe it's already the 15th of January. Can you believe that? We just had New Year's. Unbelievable.
Absolutely. But yeah, thanks for that. So it was a little bit of a quiet period of the holidays. Everybody had some great time with friends and family. Hopefully you
Yes.
all got some rest, and we see the Bitcoin's been resting for the last couple of days. But it's starting to look promising actually on the 4 hour. Just need to break through some of that 200 resistance, but the day candles are starting to look really good. And on that little segue, we've actually got the man of the hour, the man of the house. We've got Marius, who's not a mouse. He's a panda. He's hanging out here. Thanks for joining us today, Marius. We'd love to hear from you as the very first Hodlnots Happy Hour Hangout session for this year, 2025. What your thoughts are in and around the market?
Yeah, John, thank you very much. Let me just quickly share my screen. I know a lot of people are frustrated with the market. You know, the market is not moving. But you have to remember that this market is designed, John, in a way to kick the people out that are impatient. And this is literally what you're seeing all around the world. Okay. Now, Warren Buffett said it very well a long time ago. He said the money from the impatient will always be transferred to the patient. And that's exactly what's going on here. Remember when we called the top here? If you look at this now here, right there, in October of 2021, remember that was the top there. And we then said that what will happen here is that the market is going to go into a down cycle here. And that down cycle will be an emotional down cycle. Let me just refresh the screen here, something odd going on here. And many people that listened to us did not fear. But we said that nobody will know where the bottom of this market is. But when the market turns around, the next up cycle here, that cycle there, is going to be an enormous emotional cycle. And in the LTT reports, I explain it during the 4 quarters. Many of you know what I talk about. And then in quarter number 3, you make your money. But at the last end of quarter number 3, and guys, we are in the last end of quarter number 3. And then in quarter number 4, you still have a massive bull run. I want to show you something here, what you're seeing here now. Remember here on the bottom in June of 2019, there was a buy tag that came on here. And remember, I'm on the monthly cycle here. Look how long this dragged out till it eventually came into a sell tag. Now, look at this now. The buy tag here came on there. Now, it would have probably got on, let's say, about there. So let's say if you drag this on here, we're not even through the cycle. We're literally sitting there. Okay, so you have to remember this now. And if you do that line there, it's almost kind of like similar to where we are right there. What has to happen in the market is this entire move there. What if we go up here for 2-3 months? Then the last thing, John, that I'm just going to show people here, and I normally don't show this information yet, Hodlnots, because remember, people pay for this information, and we want to keep it pretty confidential to people that subscribe to Elliott Wave and long-term trade. But the reason why we are not concerned and why our members at long-term and Elliott Wave are just keep on increasing, nobody has got fear, is because of this chart here. Now, I'm going to spend just about 30 seconds on here. I can't do too much here. Otherwise, people are going to be really annoyed with me and say, listen, you give all this information out for free. But, you know, we want to set you up for this year to be successful. The top chart here is the Bitcoin dominance. In 2017, it hit a high. Remember, we called that high and we told everybody to exit. Remember the famous call? Exit at 19,500. Don't buy anything more. And people bought and bought and bought. We all sold. Now, when the Bitcoin dominance dropped here, the altcoins had a massive rally. Remember that now. Now, when the Bitcoin dominance goes up, the altcoins drop. When the Bitcoin dominance go down, the altcoins rally. Now keep in mind here, since 2021, what happened is the Bitcoin dominance went up. This is about to drop, guys. When this drops, let's call it a correction, or it's not really a drop in Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin can still go up to 120, 130, 140, 150, but it just means that the altcoins outperform Bitcoin. So just understand that correctly. So if you look at Ethereum now, what happened is it had a top year in 2017. It came down, it rallied upwards here, and then boom, it broke out. This yellow thing here is the altcoin rally. Look what's coming here in Ethereum. Mark my words, Ethereum is going to break $12,000. Then look at the others. Now, others is if you take out the top 10 cryptocurrencies in the world, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ADA and XRP and those likes, and then you get others. So what has happened here is as soon as we were at that point there, it hung around there for a while. Then it broke out. And during that breakout there, the coins made an enormous amount of money. Okay, we are just here. The altcoin rally is days away. Days away. And then what will happen is you can see the altcoins rally a lot more. Now, you have to remember also that I think that the market is pretty concerned about what is going to happen with the President Donald Trump. When he won with literally a landslide, the entire market broke out. But now what they are doing, I think the market is waiting to see, will Donald Trump be inaugurated on the 20th of January? So my recommendation is wait till Tuesday, and you are going to see the start of a massive bull run for 8, 9, 10 weeks. You will not be able to sit in your chair. Your butt is going to hurt. Okay, that's how much you're going to trade. Over to you, John.
No, that's brilliant. Yeah, I'm gonna start standing for the next 6 days or so. Come next week, Tuesday. Thank you, Marius, for that. And it's something that everyone within Bitcoin Trend and Forecast is actually looking out for, is this next alt run. Obviously, you know, Bitcoin kind of leading the charge on things, and whether you're scalping all day, every day, or using the hodl fire. There are a number of ways, great ways to be able to trade and make profit. But you know what? Like Marcel was showing now, we don't have to wait for that necessarily, but it's good practice time at the moment to get, yeah, to get the skills honed. And then be able to trade for you say like 8 to 10 weeks. We'll take that. We'll take that even longer if need be. Now there is obviously some concern. I mean, I've just realized what Barney is wearing on that top shelf next to Wendy there. That's hilarious. Well done there, Vicky. Yeah,
Yes.
it's
I feel very close to Trump for some reason.
well, if as long as Trump is going to be, continue this rhetoric of being pro Bitcoin, wanting to bring Binance back and Bitcoin strategic reserves and all of that, there is a lot of talk in the market at the moment, obviously around the upcoming inauguration. What does it mean for crypto? I don't know. Have you guys seen how many Bitcoins are being bought up by the likes of MicroStrategy, BlackRock? Some of the Japanese companies. I don't know if you've seen in that. Marius, Vicky, Wendy,
I
Marcel.
think that's sort of what Marius was talking about earlier today, that the patient is going to buy the impatient. So as people go, uh-oh, market's tanking, I'm going to sell, they're gobbling it all up, I think. So they know something that most of us don't. But we do here at Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, especially on this call. So it pays to jump on the call. But Marius is absolutely correct in calming us all, and it's going to be okay, and that's why we're here. So yeah.
I'm on my way this weekend to buy a chair pillow. I'll be ready for that 9 week.
Awesome.
I think it's a great
Good
idea.
news for scalpers. Yeah, it's good news for us scalpers.
It's great news for scalpers. Yes, for those of you doing hodl fire trades, whether it be on the 1 hour as well, there's great potential for profits to be made. But you got to know what you're doing. Of course, I will get to that shortly. But just so you guys know, Bitcoin dropped the other day, what was it, 2 days ago, down to 89,200. And I don't think it really matters when Bitcoin drops because companies like MicroStrategy, I was just reading now, there was a tweet put out 2 days ago. MicroStrategy bought 2,530 Bitcoin for $243 million. So whenever people, are selling and they're worried about like, oh no, Bitcoin's going down, I better sell, these companies are buying that up. And I think MicroStrategy and BlackRock, these two companies, these two corporations together own more than 1 million Bitcoin. So
Wow.
MicroStrategy, I think the last count was something like 500 odd thousand, and BlackRock, 400 and something odd thousand. They own more than 1 million Bitcoin. That is insane. So there is a very bullish sentiment in the market at the moment. I think all of you are here at the right time in the right place to be able to. Yeah, this is kind of like history being made. I mean, how awesome is that we're here now? We're in the crypto industry kind of, I wouldn't say like, early pioneers. We're the early-ish adopters. What is that cycle in terms of pioneers and then you get the early adopters? Anybody know that progressive cycle?
That's
Nope.
going back to history in high school. That was, and while it was just the other day, it just takes it escapes my mind.
If anyone knows, put it in the
Early
Q&A.
adapters, early adapters.
Well, okay, I just found something now actually. It's the innovators, kind of like the
Innovators.
pioneers. Yeah, the early
Yeah.
adopters, the early majority, the late majority, and the laggards, the people who lag behind, kind of like Barney.
Yeah.
But I think we're kind of in between like the early adopters and the early majority. So a lot of people globally, you've seen how many countries have now been adopting over the last 2, 3 years, adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. They're saying at least one, if not two countries this year will be adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. We did mention before on one of the other calls that Thailand, specifically the area of Phuket, and down there, they are putting into practice at the moment a Bitcoin tender system where you can pay for any services, everything, especially tourists, in Bitcoin. And here in South Africa, we have a number of grocery chains all using Bitcoin, Litecoin, etc., to pay for groceries. So we're starting to see the snowball happening. And what was really interesting, a lot of you might have heard of that analogy of the internet in the early 90s versus what crypto is. And I'm just reading a tweet at the moment. I can even pull it up for all of you as well, just so we can quickly have a look at that. Let me pull that. So interesting. So within the first 300 million users, now the internet we know was the early 90s for mass adoption. It took 15 years for more than 300 million users to be achieved. Mobile phones, it took a little longer, 21 years. I mean, obviously, you can go back to the brick, the kind of the huge thing that you used to put up, look like a walkie-talkie, but on a bigger scale. Crypto has only taken 12 years in which to reach 300 million users. We are definitely ahead of the curve. All right. It's a sign of great things to come. So I don't know if any of you attending, and there are a lot of you today. It's really, really great. Thank you, anonymous attendee, for dropping that in. Um, well, this is an interesting one. There's another question that's popped in. Thank you for the questions. Of course, we're here to share with you guys, but also if you guys have questions, please do drop them in. Okay, all right. I know this is gonna be an interesting one. Wendy, Marcel, Vicky, Marius, even yourself. What is the best coin to buy and hold long term? Now, it's a tricky one for us scalpers. But this person says, I work all the time and have no time to trade. Thank you. All right, let's get everybody's opinions quickly around the table. Let's hear, Marius, what are your thoughts?
Well, okay, of course, long term is obviously Bitcoin. If we look back now, let's say 10 years ago, Bitcoin was the coin to hold. But many of us missed that run. So the other coins that I would say is if you miss Bitcoin, you definitely need to hold Ethereum. But remember, this is now long term. You can't just simply, hold it for 6 months and then the market drop and then you exit. I just had a discussion today actually with somebody, he's a real estate person. He said to me that he bought Bitcoin 10 years ago
Wow.
at about $30. You know what happened is it went to 60 and then it dropped and he sold. And he sold back exactly at the price that he bought. And he never bought back because he got scared. Now,
Yeah.
this is what I mean. If you buy now, let's say at about 100,000, hold it 5 years, 6 or 7 years. And also, we need to understand it's not just a question that we can answer really quickly, but we need to understand what is your goal. So let's say, for example, if you're going to buy a home now and your home is, let's say, for example, 2 million rand or $1 million, then what you need to do, buy the equivalent, because we know that Bitcoin will go to $1 million eventually. So go and work it out and say, if you bought $1 million home, go and buy one Bitcoin, which is 100,000 now. Hold it there. The Bitcoin is going to pay your house off faster than what you can do it. So can you see there, John? Then I would say, okay, right. In that case, if your goal is you bought a house, buy a damn Bitcoin. Hold it, and you'll pay your house off. Then if you want to hold something, let's say, that is going to explode in value, mark my words here. If you want to make just money, Theta. It's $2. It's going to go to $2,000, mark my words, in less than 10 years.
Wow.
And then, of course, the other one that I would recommend is XRP. You cannot go wrong with XRP because there's now worldwide mass adoption. And the other thing is also it's turned into like a spiritual thing now around the world. People are looking at it and they say, listen, this is spiritual. You get the Muslims are buying it. Christians are buying it. All people of faith are buying it. It's weird what's going on really with XRP. So now the thing with that is, John, what I look at that now is, remember, if you go and make war against the Afghanistans with their religion, you won't win that war because it's a doctrine. Now, these are deep stuff that I'm talking about now, so I don't want people to come and hit me over the fingers that I talk about Christianity and Muslim. But I just want people to understand is when you talk about a doctrine, you can't defeat a doctrine. XRP is now a doctrine. And it's going to go high as what people are willing to buy it. It's not going to stop. It's literally, in my opinion, it's going to be the people's choice, and the wealth of the world is going to be transferred to people that hold these kind of coins. So again, just to wrap it up, Bitcoin, if you buy a property, buy the equivalent. Remember, Bitcoin will go to $1 million. If you buy $1 million property, buy one Bitcoin, 100,000 now. Go and borrow the money and do it, because the Bitcoin is going to pay your house off a lot faster than you can do it. If you want to hold a coin long term, Ethereum, not a bad choice. Then the other two, I would say Theta and XRP. Thank you, John.
Great stuff. Very, very exciting around those. We know that a lot of people are big on Theta. Yeah, Ripple XRP has done really, really well in the last while. It's kind of been um, a bit of a flagship coin, obviously with the SEC and everything else that's been happening, and it broke out and it had a great 400% run in 3 weeks, basically. Since then, and it's looking pretty good. Looking on the day chart. Actually, it's sitting at 2.7, and in terms of all-time high, that's where it's at, and it's gonna go. But all right, good. Wendy, Vicky, Marcel, your thoughts on holding coins long term?
Marius took all my options, but I was also going to say
I see.
XRP. Yeah, I don't really. I'm at Hodlnots. So I don't really hold long term, so it might be the wrong guys to ask. But yeah, XRP was going to be my suggestion.
Okay, cool.
For
Vicky?
me, I don't hodl. You guys all know I don't hodl anything. I give my long-term hodls to Marius, but I'm a day trader. That's just what I do. So
I don't know
I'm on
about the
silly
fact that
coins.
I have got your money.
Exactly.
Oh, wait a minute
I don't
here. Whoa,
know.
whoa, whoa. Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
sure Marius is holding some Theta or something for you. But you're not personally
Okay, we'll
holding
have that
anything yet.
discussion on a private note
What
later.
about
That's all good.
Yeah.
He forgets that marriage comes with
Bitcoin?
50-50. That's all
Uh-huh.
good. But no, actually, I just really love scalp trading. So I'm on the coins and I do faster hodl fires as well, because I'm on the charts every day, which isn't set up for everybody to do. A lot of people are busy and they have jobs and so forth. So the hodl fire works on any time frame that suits your lifestyle. My lifestyle is on the screens during the day. So I like these silly little coins that run and they run in nice big percentages. We had some new ones launching on Mexi just this week. And we're making money on these little altcoins, like Mario said. We're waiting for this altcoin run, and now is the perfect time if you do not know how to trade. This just leading into that, I just happened to mention we have a new course starting up this weekend, so it's not too late to join. We'd love to have you on. We'd love to teach you your basic trading skills and how to read the indicators and read the charts and help you learn how to trade. We also teach and train how to use the huddle fire as well. So yeah, that's just me. I have no long-term holds other than Bitcoin, actually, and then just trying to buy Bitcoin every time it drops is a good thing for me. I watch for the drops because if I'm going to hold any coin, it's going to be that. But now I'm really thinking about XRP might be my next little um, amount. But that's it for me. I'm just not a hodler.
I actually forgot. Maybe BNB is also a good option.
Mm. I know another token with the letter B that might be a good option too. It is the utility token of Bitcoin Trend and Forecast. So many applications, and there is a really great question in there. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to that question. It's a great question for our BTAF token AMA, which is happening next on the 6th of February, I think it is. But it is a really, really great one in terms of where it's going. We can't do that. We can just look at the objective data, no price prediction. But yes, in terms of my hodling, thanks for asking. I'm obviously holding BTF token, but I have a couple of long-term little bags of Theta, of course, and Gala, Jasmine, T-Fuel associated with Theta as well. There are a couple of there as well, but there was a question around Theta, and we're not going to get into too much, but it does tie in with what we do here in terms of our course. So the question was, do you see a pullback in Theta before a good push up? Well, without being a technical analyst, over the last couple of years, I learned to read the indicators. And if for those of you who are Hodlnots on the call, and you're looking at your front of the mountain, you might notice that we're still seeing one of the EMAs above one of the other EMAs above a MA on the day chart, and looks like things are starting to turn around for all Theta. I think that this is the pullback for now, and we're going to see a little bit of consolidation, and then we'll start to see that going up. But again, all of this is what we teach on the Hodlnots Foundational Trading course. Again, like Wendy was saying, it does start on Friday. But before we get into anything else, let's have a quick 10-minute contest. How about that? All right. Easy peasy. Ladies and gents, in the Q&A section down below, just for being on the call and having a little bit of fun, we're talking about the inauguration, and we've got Barney for president up top there. If you guys were elected president of whatever country you're in, what would be the first thing that you decree? What is the first thing that you declare? What is the first thing that you announce with your presidential powers? All right, and go. Best answer gets Hodl 5 for 30 days. There we go. Come on. You're president. It doesn't matter for 4 years, 8 years. If you're president for a day, what is the one thing that you are going to decree, that you're going to declare and announce, you're going to make into law? Have some fun with that very quickly. All right. While you guys are coming up with some great answers, I also wanted to ask Vicky, in terms of the course, where can people find out more information on that? And what are the kind of deadlines that we're looking at?
Yeah, well, the course does start Friday, so that's the 17th. As Wendy said, there is still time to sign up if you know someone that would like to learn. So our course is not only scalping, it's actually foundational as well. So you can use the information that you learn on the course for any time frame. And let me just share my screen quickly just to show people, where have you disappeared to, where you can find that. So you can find that on Bitcoin Trending Forecast, just here. So bitcointrendingforecast.com or bitcointaf.com. And then you go to the products page just here. And when you scroll down, right here, it's the live foundational trading course, and you can click into that, and we can actually put a link in the chat for you in a moment as well. So it does start on the 17th of January, and as Wendy said, we do also teach you how to use the HODL, but this is all about the foundational parts of trading. So you will learn how to scalp, but you'll also learn how to use what you learn on higher time frames. So that is starting Friday, so you do have a few more days. So if you have a friend that would like to do the course, or if you're on the call and you haven't done the course, it's the perfect time, because as everyone has mentioned, this is not the end. This is really just the beginning. Marius mentioned it, John mentioned it. So it's a great time to start to learn.
That is.
And a couple of our current students who just enrolled and started the course on Friday are on the call. Also, this contest, listen, we're getting some great entries here. The most popular is going to be, no crypto tax. I mean, that is amazing. But come on, guys, take advantage. You're literally your president. You can decree anything, all right? Anything at all. Go wild. Mine would be free ice cream for everybody, but I mean, that's just me. Don't use my idea just because you want to get some good answers there. I do like one of these coming through. Donaldson, what do you have against motorbikes? But I kind of am in agreement with that. Let's look at some of these. All right, lots of no capital gains on crypto, no taxes crypto, adoption of Bitcoin. That's an interesting one. Excuse me, interesting one. Free public transport. I like that. That's pretty cool. What else? Crypto, no taxes, Bitcoin legal tender, BTAF token to be legal tender. I like that. Ooh, interesting one. I'd love to find out more. Jeffrey, if you could just let us know your thoughts around that one. I quite like. Okay, yeah, tax, crypto relief. You guys have some strong opinions there. I love it. Someone saying, hello,
I like
Harry.
the one for, sorry, I like the one for the agriculture business, the food and chemical industry. That is just huge. I'm with Harry on that one.
Yeah, that was exactly the one I was looking at. Sure. Well, the thing is, let's not get into too much of a socio economic political debate here, but with the burgeoning global population, struggling to meet food needs and everything else, it is a bit of a tricky one. Of course, we're trying the GMOs and GM foods and everything else, fertilizer, everything else, trying to support the growth of the food baskets around the world. But yeah, a really strong, pertinent one. I like that. Thanks, Harry.
Harry for
I'm
president. Harry for president.
I think we've had a President Harry somewhere along the lines. Tapelo, I really like yours. That's very much in the vein that I'm at. I actually think Donnie Sins is still funny. Peter, good one. I think we're gonna have to get a wheel of names going there, Vicky, if you wouldn't mind, just in the background, and then we can churn out something. All right. Last minute for all of you to bring those in. And while we're on that, so going forward for this year, 2025, we've seen a few little interesting spins and twists of 2025 or 2020 Thrive, 2020 Alive. Some people might just be like, oh, it's 2020 Survive. If 2024 is
Oh,
anything to
yeah.
go but yeah, just looking at what Morris has been saying and looking at the general social scene and what's happening in politics, I think crypto is going to be growing a lot more this year. There's going to be some interesting surprises, I reckon, along the way. So I think it is going to be more like 2020 Thrive. But on that note, there are a couple of big things in the works, and I wish we could tell you more. But one of the other things we need to mention that going forward for 2025, just for now, just because there is so much going on, especially in the month of May, is that the Hodlnots Happy Hour Hangout session is going to be once a month going forward. All right. It just gives us a little bit more time to plan and to work on a whole bunch of other things. As I mentioned, within Hodlnot space, there are some big things coming. All right. I don't know if anybody wants to take a guess, just by the way. Who wants to take a guess? What do you think some of the big announcements within Hodlnots, even within Bitcoin Trend Forecast, are for this year? Pop it in the FAQ section or the Q&A section at least, not the FAQ Q&A. Let's see if anybody can take a guess. And if you have some great ideas, of course, we're always waiting to hear. Rifa, I like where you're going, maybe. Sue, yes, that we've spoken about. So something about the whisper drops. Um, oh, thanks, Jeffrey, for answering that question around you mentioning abolishing the Federal Reserve. I like that. Supporting the idea that control of the money supply be directly by the government rather than by debt financing, where government owes money to the banks. All right. Yes, there is a lot of governmental spending, but there's a lot of debt globally. Um, hmm. Daphne. All right, I like it. I like it. Anonymous attendee. If you want a prize, I'd like that answer. Just bear in mind, you have to put your name, all right? You can't submit your answer, please, as anonymous attendee. Um, amazing discounts, new training courses, new indicators. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Um, Marius for president. Yeah, I think so.
That's a good one.
Yeah. All
I think he'd
right.
make a good president. He'd make a good president. You got my vote, honey.
Cool. All right. I hope, Boris, you're ready for that.
No, I'm hearing that, but I'm keeping quiet. I hope not.
Ooh, someone's asking if Morris is coming to South Africa. Ooh, who knows? I like that. A copy bot? These are great ideas. Danny's going to move to Australia. Okay, that's big news. Wendy, apparently, according to Don Cien, and I agree, you'd make a great first lady.
Oh, sweet of you. Yeah, Marius got my vote. He can run the country. He's shaping all up.
First lady to for sure. Talking about new discounts on Black Friday fees. I mean, Black Friday fees are great as they are, but all right, if you guys have suggestions around, like, I'm actually going to take a screenshot of these. These are some great ideas that we can perhaps put into practice for this year. But all right, over to Vicky for now. We've got all of your entries in, some really great entries as to if you were president for a day or elected president in your country, what is the one thing that you would decree? And there were some great answers. A lot of you obviously around crypto taxes be abolished, Bitcoin adopted as legal tender or BTF token. There were some other great ones around what's at least outside the box. But let's get that wheel going. Will you, Vicky?
Yes, I have put everyone who answered that question on a wheel of names. And sorry, I just have to make a comment as well. The copy bot was suggested by someone who doesn't need the copy bot. So he trades very well
Exactly.
by himself. So Shugi, you don't need a copy bot. You are a master trader now. So just wanted to make that clear. So I put the everyone on the wheel of names and spun it, and it's Tapello won. So
Hey, well done to Pamela.
congratulations
Nice.
if you won
Awesome.
a 30-day hodl fire. So if you would like to create a support ticket in your Bitcoin Trend and Forecast account saying you won a 30-day hodl fire on the 4H call, we can give that to you as soon as you do that. So congratulations.
Well done. And listen, you guys have some great answers there. Thank you for that. Yeah, awesome. Well done. And then one other thing, ladies and gents, if you didn't win in this contest today, fret not, because tomorrow there will be one more. We're going to pop it in. It's going to be in the Hodlnots announcements channels, be in the public channel, be in the large as well. And you too can win the Hodl Fire for 30 days just for fun, because, yeah, we can. All right, exciting times. And as a reminder, this Friday, time to be confirmed, but we will be having our very first live call for all of our students who are joining the January live Hodlnots foundational trading course, and that's very exciting. We're excited to meet all of them. If you want to find out how to read these indicators and these time frames and these charts on your own, of course, but with the support of a 2.5-week course plus another 4 weeks and the amazing Hodlnots indicator, then this course is definitely for you. We have a bunch of you already on the call who've done this, and you guys trade, whether it be scalp trading, in and out, grab and go, or whether it be the Hodl Fire trading as well. But then, of course, you can learn to read the MTT long-term trade reports that Marius, puts together with Nico, and you can add your insights and be able to understand and make better decisions around your entries and exits as well. But again, Marius does a stellar job with those long-term ones. The Hodl Fire is also a really great tool. We do teach that as well. Well done, Tapello. Anybody else want to add anything else before we wrap up this call? We do know that there's another call coming up just after this. A lot of people have got to jump on too.
I wanted to say thank you for everyone supporting us last year, and obviously there's a lot of people on the call this year, so thank you for your continued support, and let's make 2025 a really fantastic year for everyone.
Absolutely. We love seeing everybody on the call. It's great to see you guys. So we'll continue on, and let's make this a great year.
For sure. Absolutely. Well, listen, big shout out. Thanks, Marius, for being on the call. Wendy, for getting up early. Vicky, for putting this amazing backdrop. As per usual, really loving the new studio. Took a little bit of moving. Had to move all the various props, from the bald eagle, American eagle, to all the booze, to the screens, the balloons, everything else going on here, Barney. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. Next one will be announced. That will be in the middle of February. I think it's probably going to be on the 12th. We'll have a confirmation on that again closer to the time. But yeah, big shout out, guys. Have a fantastic 2020 Thrive. More on that and the next call. Again, Tapello, well done. Look out for the next contest tomorrow, and we'll catch you all on the next one.